I've got some crazy leaks to show you guys in Car Dealership Tycoon. These leaks are all from a developer of the game, and they include new races, new licenses, and even a new map expansion, aside from the one that we just got. Essentially, about last week, I did a live stream with one of the developers where you guys asked questions and he answered. And what I did was, I took the link of that stream, dashed it into ChatGPT, and said, give me everything that the developer said that was going to be coming into CDT. Make sure you stick to the end to see everything the developer said is coming to Car Dealership Tycoon. But before I get into this, make sure you are subscribed. We're nearing closer and closer to 200k, so if you could subscribe, that would be beautiful. But let's get into these leaks. Hello people. Oh, okay, there's a bit of a party going on. This is my dream. Hello, good sir, how are you? What the hell? Hello people, welcome back to CDT. Now today I've got some pretty oh my god, insane stuff to show you. Why are there so many people here? I'm your biggest fan. Do you like my car? Oh, he spawned another one. Yes mate, your car is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got some pretty crazy leaks to show you in this game, and they're all from a developer of the game which I know very well. He jumped on a live stream with me and he was answering your questions, and I've got a long list of stuff that could potentially be coming to the game. So let's jump in my car, let's go for a little drift, and I'll show you guys everything that's going to be coming to this game. They include licenses, new mechanics, new races, and even a new map expansion, which I'm going to be showing you guys at the end of the video, so make sure you stick to the end. So let's get started with what ChatGPT said. So what the developer said was, a new season is currently in development. Although it is in its early stages, as we know, we've got the current season, which didn't actually come out that long ago, like a week or two ago, and there is a new season in development. I think this is like season 18, I don't really know. The next leak refers to some upcoming cars which he said were coming out. He said that they've got some pretty cool cars that will be added to the game over the next couple weeks. We saw a couple collector edition Audis added and some new Lambos, and they're pretty cool to be honest. But we have even more cool cars coming up to the game. Now I'm going to get on to one of the ones which is very much talked about, though, licensed brands. So he didn't actually name any specific brands, which to be fair, he legally cannot name any brand. But what he said was the development team is doing their best to have as many licensed cars as possible, and it is attempting to secure licenses for any brand that you guys want. But what they're looking at is they're looking at this game suggestion place. I don't really know what goes on in here. People suggest their cars in the Discord server, and if someone's just a brand that they can get, they'll add it. So do go in there and comment down below what brands you would like. Now next up is something which has not really been talked about much in my videos, but it's these things called community underglows. You guys probably haven't heard that term before, so I'm not entirely sure what community underglows means. I think it means if you're like a member of the Discord server or the group, you can get access to an exclusive underglow. I mean, I don't see why they can't add that. It sounds like a pretty good idea as well, but oh my god, that was a beautiful drift. But they said that the developers are currently reviewing suggestions for underglows that will be community based, and they're gonna hand pick some of the ones that they really like, and they'll see which ones they're going to add for community underglows, ladies and gentlemen. It has also just turned night, which isn't favorable, but we'll move on. Now another pretty big thing is barn hunts, the new barn hunts. They said that there isn't specifically one planned right now. However, the developer did confirm that new barn hunts are on the agenda, and that he has a car in reserve for a future barn hunt event, which means we could be getting a barn hunt in the next couple of weeks. They're also seeking community input on how to make these barn hunts more interesting and more like engaging. Comment down below how you think you can make barn hunts more interesting for the developers. But yeah, we could be seeing a barn hunt coming in the next couple of weeks. Now there's a couple small things that were mentioned, but another big one that was mentioned was a new race. A while ago they removed a race which was right here, the desert race. Now this race has not come back, and I think they removed it to put this factory here. But basically they're working on a new desert race, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so the developer indicated that with the existing desert area, there will definitely be a new desert race, possibly including off-road and on-road variations, so like parts of it off-road, parts of it on-road. But yeah, we could be seeing a new desert race on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Another big thing that was talked about, and I did make a video on this, he did mention boats. Now boats are a really big addition because it's a whole new vehicle. The developer mentioned that if players really want boats, it shouldn't be impossible to start working on something like that. But they said that depending on how development goes, boats could potentially be coming to Car Dealership Tycoon. Another suggestion which you lot have been requesting so much is the limited shop. Now a limited shop, they said, could be added if there is sufficient player interest. So if you guys really want a limited shop, the developer said he has has nothing against working on a limited shop. So if you guys really want a limited shop, comment it down below, comment it on the Discord server, let the developers know that you want a limited shop, and they will just add it. They will add it. Oh, I crashed. Now, this next suggestion actually kind of interested me because I've not heard this idea before. Someone brought up the idea of a new island, and the developer did consider it. They said that a new island on the map is being considered, potentially for an event or as a permanent addition. However, it's in discussion with the map designer. So what they're thinking... Oh, I just crashed into a tree. What they might be thinking is potentially adding an island like off the coast over here and having a bridge that leads from the mainland to the island, and that island can be used for like an event or just another area. Comment down below your thought on that, because to be honest, I think that's actually really cool. Another suggestion which was brought up was a plane race, a plane drag race, or like a similar like type of race. Obviously, we just had the addition of a bunch of new planes with the map expansion and everything, but they're in debate to make a plane race. Comment down below, would you guys like an airport, sorry, not an airport, a plane race? So for example, there are checkpoints in the sky that you have to reach. That would actually be really, really cool. Tied into planes, another suggestion was bigger planes. So for example, the developer mentioned an Antonov that could potentially be coming. An Antonov AN something something, I forgot what it's called, but I think it's the biggest plane in the world, and it is just massive. And they're thinking of adding that when the entire map is complete. As I said at the start, they're going to be adding new map expansions, which I'm going to go on to in a little bit, so make sure you do stick to the end. But after they complete all these map expansions, they're saying that they would consider making a bigger plane, like an Antonov or like a Boeing 777 or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, once the entire map is complete, then they'll be adding these bigger planes. Now, the last suggestion before I get onto the map expansion, which you guys have been waiting for, so thank you very much for waiting, is a licensed dealership. Now, the developer said that this is a really, really cool suggestion. However, it has a challenging... The chance of it happening is very, very small, basically. It's a challenging possibility due to the requirement for brand approval. For example, Porsche have the exact same dealership design on every single dealership in the entire world, basically. And I suggest that means that could they, you know, add that dealership to Car Dealership Tycoon? I think that could be a pretty cool idea. But guys, comment down below your thoughts on licensed dealerships. But let me go on to the big daddy, the map expansions that could be coming. So obviously they just had this map expansion of the airport and the docks, and we asked the developer what is the next area that is set for a map expansion. We didn't think we'd get an answer, but ladies and gentlemen, we did get an answer. They said that the next area slated for a rework or expansion is likely to be either the mountain area, so like over there, the mountain area, or the city. Those were identified as the two most popular suggestions from a player poll, which they put out earlier, and the final decision will depend on how to expand these areas and like distribute the size of the map and stuff. So guys, comment down below, would you want the city to be expanded or the mountain area to be expanded? Obviously, chances are if one of them gets expanded, the other area will be expanded in the future. But comment down below which... Oh my god, what the hell? That guy is tweaking. Comment down below which area you would like expanded first, the mountain area or the city area. In addition to this, when we were discussing like the city being reworked, they mentioned these features which could potentially be added in a new city area. They included traffic lights, penthouses, bigger buildings, an improved bank, an improved museum, potentially with better interiors, more lively city elements, I don't know what that means, actual shops, for example, a tuning shop for buying modifications, and a race center to teleport to all races. That is what could be coming if they do a city map expansion. But guys, comment down below your thoughts on that map expansion. Make sure you guys comment which you would want first and which oh my god, what things you want added in that map expansion. There are also a couple other things. Someone suggested an F1 season, which is considered a cool idea and something which they will consider in the future. But yeah guys, comment down below your thoughts on these suggestions. Comment down below which suggestions you want the most. For now, thank you very much for watching. Do show your support for the developers. They're doing an amazing job. But thank you very much, and bye.